What's up? What's up? I'm back. Want to talk about some more of the purgatory. I was trying to come up with a title and made me think, why can't we see ghosts? Like, I know it's random. I don't want to call them ghosts, call them beings. And just I had a couple experiences seeing ghosts, or you could call them dead people. But I think the reason we see them is because they get so trapped in their physical life, and they pretty much like they say if they didn't know they died, or they stay stuck in a house because they weren't buried properly, or somebody murdered them horribly, so they want to hunt that person. Like these are all still physical blockages that are affecting their spirit in a sense, or their being, and they keep trying to do these physical things, so you might be able to tap into them and see them in a sense, because they're trying to be these dense things and make physical things happen. And it's kind of the same for us. Like a lot of us don't realize we're dead and we have to wake up, and it's like they don't realize they're alive, like, and they keep trying to do dead like things and keep trying to do physical like things. Like for me, when I seen the ghost, I seen them trying to open the car door, and it was literally like, bro, where are you going in that car? Like, what are you going to do? Like nothing. Like you can literally poof and be somewhere else, but you're so stuck in the physical, you still trying to do physical things, dead things, and instead of living, that free connection that you do have. I mean, I know it's still restriction in the purgatory, but for the most part, it can't be the same exact shit as this. I mean, it is what it is. Like that's just my belief. Like I believe, like you can't get like you just how they like I said, you can still like try to do too much physical shit. That means you can still get trapped in the physical. Probably can get reborn from doing that shit, and that's probably the most dangerous shit when it comes to staying in that life or in that reality, because I mean you're not necessarily trying to come back here and redo shit. You're really trying to get out of the physical shit, and I guess you're trying to do your own spiritual lessons, just like how we try to do our shit here. And I mean, I I said in our last video they kind of waiting on us, but maybe it's a mix of both. Maybe they still doing work in their spiritual world, and I mean, of course they are, because I mean that's how we getting these messages and all these signs and all these different things. So I guess my wording be kind of off sometimes, but that's a better way to explain it. Like they're doing work, but it's not like the necessarily shit that we think or how we imagine it. I guess we should say. But what else I want to talk about with seeing dead people? Oh, and it just go to show you, like, we all on this realm and this reality. Like, we all on this plane of existence. Like, people want to think that you go above or you go below. And like, I talk about it in the sense of, elevation and shit like that. But I always tell you it's in the mind. And whatever you do in the mind, you can portray in the physicality. So I don't necessarily think, you got to go up, like, into the fucking clouds, like, or go underground. Like there's literally it's no need for that, because everything is in this plane, everything is inside of you, honestly. So whatever vibrational wave you're on, that's what you're going to produce, or whatever you're going to see. So for us, like, if we wake up from this deadly state, whatever we start producing will be a part of that awakening process. Like a lot of us have been changing this reality period because due to our awakening process, not even being awake. Like niggas is groggy and sleepy still. Niggas still, like, what do you call it, nodding off and shit, trying to put the alarm clock back on, but like it's still affecting this reality. And we've been seeing a lot of big changes, and we'll keep seeing these changes we'll keep seeing these changes as people wake up. And honestly, the more we just start to tap into that consciousness, into that higher frequencies, like we have no choice but to change this frequency that we on now. It just is what it is. I mean, it's common physics in reality. Like, you add more to something, it gets bigger. Or you purify something, it gets filtered. Like it gets the same process. However you want to think about it, we just getting better. And I mean, I'm kind of rambling at this point, but I mean, I was trying to think about something else to do with that purgatory shit though, and seeing dead people. I mean, it kind of put heaven and hell into perspective. Like, if it really is a mind state, it's not some shit that you think it is. Like, it's no going somewhere. Or, I mean, it is going somewhere mentally and then actually having it physically. But I mean, it's not literally a fucking roadmap to that hoe. It's like, oh, that's a good thing I could talk about. Peter Pan. Like, I didn't realize. Shout out to Brother Panic. Guess they both know about it because it got the pan. I mean, I guess he know about it because he got that pan name in it or whatever. But he was saying, what's the dude name? Peter Pan was pretty much the pineal gland, and he goes to this mystic's world or whatever with Tinkerbell, and like Oh, let's get into it. Let's get into it. It's just crazy because Tinkerbell is, it would be like, I guess, the light or like the Kundalini, the guide. And I talked about having this bell sign in my pineal gland, so like Tinkerbell kind of just it made me laugh. But Peter Pan, pretty much, what he got to Never Neverland? No, is it Never Neverland? Or is that Michael Jackson place? Oh, I think that's Michael Jackson shit. But they go somewhere, and it's pretty much a magical land, and they need the pretty much Tinkerbell dust to get there, and just a little bunch of different messages, and that's pretty much what we're trying to do. But it's not a destination we have to really travel to. It's something we have to go inside, and that's really like the whole Peter Pan is the pineal gland. It's not really traveling somewhere. That's what I was trying to say. And it's really going to that pineal gland and tapping into it and unlocking some shit and figuring shit out. Honestly, going into a new world. I don't know, was it Wonderland? What the fuck was the name? Well, I said Never Neverland. That's not Michael Jackson shit either. Why would he call this shit Never Neverland? I don't know. I'm puzzled right now. But yeah, I mean, Peter Pan is a great example to go into it. And I mean, like, just how in the other world he went to, there was kids, there were old adults, there was pirate, like there was problems there, just like he had problems in his wasn't he adopted, like, or a foster child or some shit like that. He had problems in his own world. And once he tapped into that pineal gland, and once he found Tinkerbell, she went into that other world, and he started trying to fix it. He started trying to change it. You could say the same thing from the Chronicles of Narnia, how the Chronicle of Narnia be the mind, and once you get access to it, you start changing that shit, and then, you figure out your physical world. You start doing things better in the physical. And, yeah, I mean, honestly, that's the best way to explain it. And, honestly, it gets into it even more when I say we meet our ancestors and all those things, because if there's other people in other realities fighting and arguing and we got to go there to fix it, like, that's literally going inside the mind, taming everybody, becoming that mediator, becoming that diplomat. Like, shout out to Diplomatic Community, y'all go watch that video, kind of get a better take on what I'm saying. But it's like, you go inside, you go into this realm, you might be your great grandma fighting her grandpa, or I mean her husband or some shit, like all type of arguments, and you got to go fix it. Like, I'm just being funny, but I'm sure it's a bunch of different inner debates that you got going inside, and none of your outside world won't change until you fix it. Point blank, period. I repeat myself a lot, but I mean, repetition is the key to learning. Honestly, I mean, it's not really else to say it's not even really anything else to say once you start getting down to the nitty gritty. That's why I say I really won't never have probably a lot of followers, nigga. I'm telling you the straight up facts, nigga. Go in your mind, figure out all those problems, and get out. It's pretty simple. I mean, only thing else I really can tell people is maybe methods and other simpler ways to do it. But at the end of the day, that's the key, and you got to simplify it the best way you can. But that's why I kind of get mad at when I'm repeating myself, but it's just simplification. But it is what it is.